Here we are, we're just trucking along after about an 8-hour journey to get up here to the West Spanish Forest to begin our canoe route up here. Expected about 105 kilometers if everything goes good, and we've been traveling right now for 66 kilometers on this this dirt road, just trying to get back to our put-in area over at Rushbrook Lake. So once we get there, we will check out some of the scenery and get this trip started. Right now we're on Rushbrook Lake. Very nice lake. The put-in is behind me, and we've got a party of 6 guys, 2 dogs, and this is our annual August canoe trip. So Rushbrook's not a very big lake. It's got a lot of really nice pine all the way around the whole lake, and water's fairly clear, and it's very warm too. Getting a little bit of drizzle starting to fall now, something we were fully expecting, but we are approaching the boggy area at the end of Rushbrook, where I think we're going to be doing a bit of lining or walking or hiking. I'm not quite sure. We'll see what we're faced with when we get there, but we are nearing the end of the lake. Beautiful lake, beautiful lake. Love the sound of the loons. We're now approaching the end of Rushbrook Lake and heading into the marshy section. And this is the section we're not sure quite what we're going to be faced with here, if we're going to be doing any portaging or lining or walking or whatever it is. The water levels seem to be pretty much up. Looking at rocks along the shoreline, doesn't seem to be any predominant water lines on there, which indicates to me that perhaps maybe there's been enough rain, or maybe the dams that control these lakes might be open enough to keep the lake levels high enough. And if that's the case, we may be fortunate enough that we might be able to get through this rather unscathed. So let's cross our fingers for that. It's been a long drive overnight there to get here, not to mention being awake all day yesterday. So all of us are running on very little sleep. And anything easy on your first day that you can get is something that's very welcome. So let's take a little journey through the creek here at the end of Rushbrook Lake. Let's see what it has in store for us. Well, it looks as though we're coming up to our first little obstacle. Looks like a little beaver dam. The boys just made their way over. How is it? Give her a run? Well, let's take a little run at it. Almost. Oh. Took a little run at it. Didn't quite make it, but I'm just gonna get out, push us over here now. But we got halfway over, and Molly's getting anxious, but you know what? Good opportunity to go for a pee break too. There we go. First obstacle out of the way. Got something new that I'm trying out on this trip. I never used it before. A pair of waterproof socks. I'm not sure if anybody else has ever tried these things. I'm wearing a pair of Crocs right now. And I know I'm going to be getting my feet wet, so I thought I'd try out these waterproof socks. And with that first little beaver dam there that we had to go over, basically got my feet in the water, and so far they feel dry. I'm not sure. We'll see at the end of the day if I get nothing that goes over top of the actual sock edge, if my feet are dry, right? And I'll let you know how I make out there. So we've come to sort of like a little lakey area in the middle of the bog, and a lot of lily pads and stuff, and these little mud islands that kind of float like a bog island. And right now we're just doing like a big curve, big turn. I'll show you on the map, and this hopefully should take us into more of an open area. And yeah, let's see. Fun. This is beautiful, beautiful. Prime moose territory. And I almost promise you, well, I shouldn't promise you, but we're really hoping to see a moose on this trip. It's been a while. Pretty awesome as we're meandering down the creek here. There's you can tell we're getting into a lot of the old growth red pine trees that are all around us here. In the video at the beginning there, you might have seen there were a couple shots, I believe, of the logging that goes on in this area. A lot of logging going on in this area. All the roads that we come in were actually logging roads, but I can see why they're coming in for these big beautiful timbers. Just nice that they're not touching nothing here along the shoreline. It's gorgeous. Well, it looks to me like the boys have come upon an obstacle here, and they're trying to run over it. Another beaver dam. Piece of cake. Always nice when somebody, three other guys or three other vessels before you blaze the trail. Makes it a little easier to slide right over them beaver dams if they're low enough. Thanks, boys. Maybe we'll just keep lagging back here for a little while. We are actually, I believe we should be approaching a 460 meter portage. By all records that I've found on this trip, there is actually a bunch of portages, and this trip is actually designed that we go in, it's probably around a 15 or 20 kilometers in, then the loop actually starts going up Mazabong Lake and all the way up to Indian Lake, and then we circle back down along Canoe Creek, Canoe River, and Canoe Lake, and then we actually cut back in again to this initial input route that we're doing now, and then we'll be heading back down, obviously, to the boat launch. So it's a really neat the way it's laid out, designed this route. But like I say, not a lot of good information on it. I just want to do a big shout out to Brad Jennings from Explore the Backcountry. He and his father did this route, I believe, around 4 or 5 years ago, and they got a short little video, a blog on it, and some maps that are probably the best maps I've found to date. I've actually put some maps together for this route, and if anybody is interested in it, I will put links in the description to the maps that I have, and if anybody is looking to download for your own use doing this trip, by all means, you're more than welcome to them, because it's nice to have a route documented that hasn't otherwise been documented very much. So we are now approaching, I guess, what is supposed to be our first portage. Looks like it's, it doesn't look like it's going to be a portage. It looks like we might be able to line the canoes up, or just a sort of a little bunny hop. But it might require us emptying out all our gear, unfortunately, just because of the way it is here. So let's see what we got here, and we'll assess the situation.
So you think we skipped that 460 portage?
I don't know.
No, it's right here.
Yeah.
This looks like the end of it.
460 inches, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That map's not to scale.
Yeah, really.
You know what?
Oh, that map is to
I
scale.
think if I measured it, it doesn't look this big on the map.
We have a canoe jam.
Here, come grab this.
Hard to get good help, eh?
Capital D.
Capital D.
Kids spell it, right?
Well, guys, I guess it's time I start introducing you to some of the paddling partners I have for this trip. This is Rick. Many of you might remember him from what trip was that? The Nevaquasi trip.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. That was a nice trip there. You guys should really go check out the video. Rick was a bit of a star in that one. Show us your good side. There's Rick's little injury.
I'm well remembered.
Yeah. How you been doing, anyways?
Good.
Yeah.
You know?
What are your thoughts on this trip so far?
Oh, this trip's going to be fun.
This is going to be a sweet trip.
Nice river.
Yeah.
Some little lakes.
So you can see Rick is paddling his kayak, and I kind of had something to do with that. I really wanted to paddle solo here in the pack boat, and kind of, I guess, forced your hand into solo paddling. Sorry,
Forced
bud.
my hand. There's nothing wrong with the paddling part. It's the portaging, because you got to load and unload your kayak every time you portage.
Right? Yeah. No, that makes sense. Well, if I could help lighten your load a little bit, let me know.
But looking at that river we were following on the way in every time on the road, and seeing those little twists and stuff, that looked like fun.
Yeah.
We can get some of that.
I caught the name of it. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, that looked like there'd be some really nice fishing opportunities along there for some rookies or something. Eh? It looked like that kind of a river. Yeah. Well, yeah, you know what? We're, like I say, I think we're in for a nice little treat here. This overcast day, I think, is doing me well.
Yeah.
Too much sun, especially on the first day. The cool air's keeping me awake.
Yeah.
If it were hot,
I'd like
I'd
the
just be
sun. I'd
lazy.
like the hot sun. You can always dip your head in the water if you're full.
Yeah.
Or just splash. Yep.
But you gotta get out of your canoe first, otherwise you're going over, right?
That's why you got your hat, right?
Yeah.
Scoop up your water and away you go.
I'll safe travels to you, Rick. So we are now approaching, I believe, what's going to be a 450 meter portage. The one that I have marked on my map, and I'm going to make adjustments to it, 460 meters, was nothing more than that drag over that we had back there. And with the water conditions that they are now being not low, it was totally doable. So, you know, we didn't have to unload the canoes or the kayaks or anything like that. But I will switch that on the map to show as a lift over. Rather than a 460 meter portage. So that's one portage saved. And you figure we will be doing double carries. So basically we saved ourselves 1.5 kilometers there of portaging, because we'll be doing double carries. So the boys are assessing whether we do have to portage, or they've I guess seen the portage over the direction where Rick is heading there now. So we'll see what we have to do here. Okay, I'm going to big moose prints back here, man. All right, here we go. First official portage of the trip. Gonna be backpack, camera gear, paddles. Second trip, kitchen bag, and yeah, kitchen bag and canoe. That's what I'm looking at. First obstacle, down tree. Let's see how we get around this. Sorry for the shaky camera gear or camera shots, but just you know what, being the first portage, I've got to get situated so I know exactly how to set things up and make the whole process easier and more visually pleasing. There we go. Seeing our first piece of flagging tape there on the portage on the tree. Indicates we are on the right path. Ooh, we get a little soupy here. A little boggy. And some more moose tracks. Ooh, bear tracks. Whoa. And there goes my shoe. Oh. Yeah. Sucked it right off my foot. Let's try this again. There we go. There we go. Now we're back in business. Well, that was an experience. The bog came alive. You can see a bunch of little mosquitoes and black flies are all flying around now. They yeah, come to life, man, walking through a swampy little bog. But I'm not sure that we're going to be over with this one yet. I'm just paddling up here, doing a little reconnaissance mission here with the other guys to see if we can actually get through here. Looks like I might have a nice little lift over here or something over some fallen logs or something, but should be good. Should be good. Another little set of rapids up here. Well, this should be interesting. Looks like it's time for obstacle number 3, a beaver dam to lift over. I think we'll be able to just drag the canoe over this, hopefully. I'm going to set up a few sticks for the boys who are back there still working through the little shoulder. Look at the size of the algae blooms here, holy cow. Great big giant algae bloom. Here the boys getting over the beaver dam lift over there. Rick's kayak coming up now. Quite the fun little adventure. Now we're going to see what this Swift Prospector is really made of. It's the first pretty tough trip that I've taken it on so far. And it's already got a couple bumps and bruises, but that's what they're made for, right? Swift, build me a good canoe. Thanks much. Okay, we got another obstacle here. I think this here might be a 100-meter portage according to the maps that I have. We just got to find where it would be because there are no signs and I'm not seeing any flagging tape as well. I believe it's here on the river left, but I'm not 100% sure. Welcome to Shakwa Lake. Just had, it was actually a dam there, and it's a sandbag dam. I've never seen one of them before on a lake, but maybe because it's a northern lake, but very effective nonetheless. And we were able to kind of pull canoes and kayaks over top, made it very easy. So that was another one for the books. And now we are moving on and probably got around, we got 3 camps that show on my map that we can actually go look for, depending on how far the guys want to go. But I got 1, 2, 3, anywhere from maybe 5 to 6 kilometers, and that should put us at like with 3 campsites within 5 or 6 kilometers. So we're gonna check them out and see what we got, and maybe call it a day early. But all in all, if we get to the furthest point, now one of the camps is actually at the beginning of the 1,700 meter portage, which runs along a gravel road. That's the one I think we're really aiming for, and if we get that in all the way to that distance, we're going to have paddled probably anywhere from, I'll do the math later, but 15, 16, 17 kilometers today. So that's pretty good headway considering we've had a few obstacles and portages to overcome. So you can see over Jay and Rick there, off in the distance on the scape. You can see the old fire tower. We'll be getting a lot closer to it than that. But pretty cool. We come around a corner and there it is, just towering over all the pines. Here we are as we grow ever closer to the fire tower. It keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Drag over and then you crash through from the other side. Just open it up for the rest. Watch that, baby.
No, nobody told us that there was a portage here, and there's a portage here, so that's okay.
Alright, next time you really got to bring the dynamite.
That'll have to go on the map. We've arrived to Upper Shakwa Lake, and the campsite that we're going to head for appears as though somebody may be there, but we're going to go investigate anyways. There's supposed to be 2 campsites on this lake, and hopefully one of them is available. Otherwise, we're doing a 1,700 meter portage today too. 3 times. 3 times. So we are on the elusive search for a campsite. We just went and checked the campsite that was supposed to be at the end, right at the beginning of the portage. And unfortunately there's a trapper's cabin there, and there's actually a few cabins there. So rather than camping there, unless we absolutely had to, we are looking for another campsite that is probably on like the east side of the lake, which is along the same road that the other one is along. And just to hang our hats there for tonight, and then we'll have to paddle back and most likely take out at the trapper's cabin and continue on with the portage. We're on this little tiny island here, and it's a very old campsite. As a matter of fact, there's all kinds of tin cans here, like relic, vintage tin cans that you haven't seen in a long time. Now check this bad boy out. Carling, Black Label. You don't see those very often, right? But
It's
yeah.
great then and it's great now.
What? That's so.
Black Label.
To each his own, man. Actually, it's good beer. You know what? It would be a very welcome beer right now. So yeah, we're gonna make things happen here and get ourselves all set up, get some dinner going, maybe even throw a few casts. Yeah, let's do that. Well, all in all, today was a heck of a good day. We're all exhausted. Everybody's brushing teeth and getting themselves all ready to turn in. As you can see, sun's starting to set behind me here. And it doesn't really matter. was a long day, and we're just gonna get well rested. Tomorrow we got a 1,700 meter portage that we're gonna have to double carry, so it's gonna be a long day tomorrow. We got a couple of other portages too, but we're hoping to get ourselves into Mazabong Lake. Anyways, thanks for tuning in on this episode, and we'll see you on the next one here. Part 2 coming up.